Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the second hour right here on News and Views on Salam Media. We're moving along and a wonderful initiative being introduced by Al Baraka Bank. And we are going to be talking with the General Manager, Retail and Wealth at Al Baraka Bank, South Africa. And that, of course, is you, Nasir Seedat, about this amazing initiative. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program.
Walaikum salam, Julie. How are you? And assalamu alaikum to the listeners as well.
Alhamdulillah, doing good. And this sounds so very interesting and exciting, very especially for entrepreneurs. And you're going to unpack that for us. How do you term what and who is an entrepreneur? How big or small should the business be for him to qualify? And a whole host of other such questions. But as I was looking at this, you know what came to my mind is
Yeah,
Dragon's Den on the BBC. Is that
100%.
the is that the concept that you guys kind of thought around?
100%. I think effectively it's the Dragon Dance concept. I think it's the first of its kind in the Sharia
Wow.
space from a Islamic banking point of view. I think this whole event started off with our one of our senior Sharia board members, Sheikh Yusuf Kalawi, based in Saudi and sits on a number of international boards. And we, for the first time, our Sharia board meeting, we're bringing it to Johannesburg. We do note that it is the hub of the country from a business point of view, and he's very excited to visit Johannesburg. And one of his passions has always been business development, planning, business planning, etc. So he's asked us to meet with entrepreneurs and he wants to see what are the entrepreneurial spirit in South Africa. Listening to him, we said, okay, let's get 40 entrepreneurs in a room and let's see how we can showcase them, give them an opportunity. As we know, small business or startup businesses are the nucleus of any economy, and effectively we can create employment, etc. Why not, Julie?
Okay, so how do I distinguish whether I qualify? What is the criteria? How do I go about applying? And what will be expected of me on the day at the Accelerator program?
Okay, so just to bring it back a little bit, and I want to ask all the listeners to please follow our social media page, Al Baraka SA, across the different mediums. Last week, sometime, we've obviously collaborated with certain individuals like FEMS, like Style Loft, etc., who've got experience with startups in the Johannesburg area. And we've put out a post asking or accepting applications of startup entrepreneurs to come and apply. And it was a very simple application process, just looking at things like an overview of the business, some of the strengths, and some of the opportunities, and how will this mentorship or accelerator program assist. Yes, Julie, there's cash prizes, but very important, I think what we offer is the mentorship program, which we can then take this entrepreneur through the different stages of business. What are you looking to expect? Alhamdulillah, we've already received in excess of 100 applications. We know it's only 40 that's going to go through, but obviously it's a database that we can obviously keep and still assist in any way. So today we're going to be finalizing the top 40 or 40 that will be allowed to come in on the day, showcase their business. So it's not a pop-up market, etc. It's more of a trade show where they'll come in and have a table and talk about their business opportunity or what business they're looking at. From the 40, 12 will be chosen, as you said, from a Dragon Den, is just to pitch their idea to industry leaders. So Sheikh himself will be on the judging panel. Our CEO will be there. Our COO will be there, and we'll have two business leaders in the Gauteng area listening to these pictures and seeing how we can assist them. And more importantly, we're also going to be opening to the public. So 200 visitors will be allowed. Again, that invite will go out today on our social media page. Register, come in, meet the entrepreneurs. Who knows? An investor might come and like your business, invest in the business, and also allows a networking opportunity within people. So I think it's very, very exciting to see what's going to happen there, Julie.
So, Nasser, what about people like myself who'd like to come in as a visitor? Would I need to apply online, or how does that work? And you're saying that 200 people would be invited along as visitors. So, what's the process? And number one, the process to be a visitor, to be accepted as a visitor, and what can I expect when I do attend as a visitor?
Okay, excellent, Julie. So just to put it out, the event is happening on the 7th of November. at the Kilani Country Club in Johannesburg. So quite a central venue in Joburg across for everyone. It's going to be happening from 4 to 9 in the evening. But obviously, if you're coming in, you don't have to come in for the full time, but that's the time of the event. So what can you expect? The invite will go out today on our social media pages with a registration link. First 200 people to come in and register will get grant access into the venue, and we'll have that listing with us. What can you expect? You're going to expect, first of all, we'll have a nice seating area, listening to the 3 pitches or the 12 pitches by the 12 businesses in terms of to these industry leaders. And obviously, these industry leaders will then listen, give advice to the business. What can you do better? What's working? How we can invest or how we can see opportunity in business. So by listening in, people will then pick up information that can be used in their own business. Secondly, of the 12 that will pitch, the other 28 will have a desk showcasing their business opportunity. So as a visitor, you'll come in, you'll walk around, engage with the businesses, see what ideas they have, see what opportunities lie within it. And obviously from the bank side, we'll be purchasing some nice eateries from some of the entrepreneurs in the food game, and people can come in, enjoy some eats, network, listen to industry leaders, meet Sheikh Alawi, meet the Al Baraka team, and just promises to be an enlightening evening of information, learning, sharing, and growing.
I'm sure I didn't mishear you just now. You mentioned a name, FEMS. That's the
Yeah.
lady that does the halal goods market. An amazing inspiration, and one wouldn't have imagined when she started up way back in the day that this is where she'd be at, and where an organization like Al Baraka Bank realizes that she's important enough and that she has truly made her mark as an entrepreneur, that you can actually mention her on your platform and in discussions. Having said that, and she's an amazing inspiration for people watching us this morning, how do we inspire them further? Let's talk very quickly about FEMS and other small startup industries like her, giving a very strong message to people to let them know that they too can get into that space. No one is too small or too uninformed to not be able to get to that level.
I think, Judy, I think the very important thing is from a film's point of view, when this concept of startup businesses came, immediately we said, halal's good market, inspirational story, let's engage. And actually, some of the ideas that we're talking about today did arise from film's discussion with her as well. And I think the key thing here is every business has a story. And I think that's important. Nobody starts on the top. I think everyone is about coming in and sharing stories, listening to a story, where you started, where you ending up, what are some of the benefits or some of the take backs you can take and that you can implement into your business. So to me, it's listening to stories. Hopefully we want to get the likes of FEMS and other people to also maybe say a few words at the event, words of encouragement, words that when you're down, you don't give up, you be resilient. I mean, you look at the example of the Bokke, right? I mean, in all adversity, you're winning games by 1 point, but you're not giving up. You're taking the hits, but you go on. So I think it's very important that we, as a business community, we listen to successful stories out there, stories of people that have made it, people that have failed and came back one. Remember, I saw this slogan somewhere in one of the schools in Durban: "You never lose, you always learn." So I think for me, it's about
Wow.
learning and sharing stories.
Absolutely. You're in the financial industry, and we've been told that we shouldn't be expecting good news by Enoch Godangwana. You're probably privy to all of that information already. So the question is, following on that statement of mine, is do you think that entrepreneurs, the best time, what do you believe is the best time for entrepreneurs to make their mark? When the economy is not that doing that great, or when it's on the rise that they should be grabbing opportunities, knowing that if it's not doing very well, there isn't enough money to go around, possibly to fund a startup. So, how do you, as a financial expert yourself, view the situation?
So I think it's very important around innovation, tech, etc. And it's about Yes, in any business, risk is important because high risk, high return. However, it has to be calculated sort of risk. So you look at some of the successful businesses that started. Uber never had a vehicle. Airbnb, they don't own property. So it's about, I think in today's tough economy, it's all about innovation using tech. I'll bring the bank's example. We've invested heavily in the digitalization side over the last few years, where currently, where pre-COVID, you needed to come in, fill an application for a property or car, email. Right now, you can go online, fill in your application, in within 10 or 20 minutes, an application of finances are put into the system. We've invested in our mobile banking app. You can do a banking in the palm of your hands. Nobody really enters the bank at the moment. So similarly, when you're looking at new startup businesses, it's all about what's your niche, what's your competitive advantage. And I think if you can have a competitive advantage or you have some innovation that's not out there, then I think you can be successful. So it's about calculated risk and don't discount mentorship. I think we see it over and over again. Successful businesses and small businesses have that mentor, and in terms of guiding you through the process, I think that's important. So I think a lot of these factors, and a lot of these factors we'll also speak about on Tuesday evening.
Okay, so Anessa, let's ask this question. A lot of people watching us this morning will not necessarily have the opportunity to attend this amazing event, the Al Baraka Entrepreneur Accelerator program. It's happening on the 7th of November at the Kilani Country Club from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till 9 o'clock in the evening. And I'm sure entrepreneurs all around the country would really love to be there, even if they're not part of the 40 shortlisted, and then it gets whittled down. I just think by listening to these people talking with Al Baraka behind them and mentorship being, in the background as well, they'd love to be here to listen to all of these amazing stories. And just by listening to other people's successes and failures, you learn in the process. And then, of course, more importantly, as you mentioned earlier on, is networking, the amazing networking opportunities that, you could actually have at an event like this. Um, so for the people who are unable to attend and believe that I've got the small startup, I need a mentor, I'm not able to attend this function because I'm too far away. Um, what's your advice as to how they can go and look for someone who'll mentor them? Because we do know that it's taking time. A mentor has to set aside time for that person, for the mentee. How do they go about finding a mentor to help them through the very rough patches in their startup
Okay.
business?
So just to start with this event, and obviously something that we've recognized is we've got a country that's based in different provinces. It's going to be difficult for everybody to come to Johannesburg. What we've done is we signed up with a media, one of the television media houses, to have the entire event recorded. Thereafter, it will be made available on our social media pages, especially snippets and important information, important advices that we can then share with all the applicants and with the entire with the nation. So we'll have that recordings, etc., available from the Tuesday night's event. So obviously, if you can't make it, you will see some of the specs there. From a mentorship program, I mean, it all depends on what type of business. I mean, here in the professional in the space, we look at coaches. So right now, we look at in an organization. We look at people in the higher positions to go and coach and mentor people that are coming through that started an organization or looking to develop. So it's important that you as a business person are going on and saying who you want to link up with. There are different organizations that do mentorship, and they will be also there on Tuesday night. It's something like a company like Roche Gold. They've got a program where they assist entrepreneurs. You've got the likes of OCAF. You've got these different organizations that do assist mentorship. And then I think we as private sector, as the banks, we also need to get involved and see how we can assist businesses. So I think it's about reaching out to the bank, and from an Al Baraka point of view, coming out and saying, you know what, let's start with a simple consult with one of our experienced consultants in terms of this is the business you're doing, what I need to look, what information do I need to take it forward. Simple things like ensuring your financials are done correctly, your FICA, etc. So it's about assisting with simple things like that, but will go a long way. And again, it comes back to the issue of our consultants, our team have dealt with so many different businesses over the different years that we've seen successes and some unfortunate failures, and then how we take learnings from it. I think that's important, Julie.
Absolutely. Sounds really, really very interesting. Must attend or must watch. So here's where you're going to tell us which media house you've partnered with so that we can tune in on Tuesday evening and on the Saturday if we're unable to attend in person.
So I'm hoping, Julie, I know you, I didn't hope you enjoy us, and I hope you're going to join us in the event.
Inshallah.
Again, the registration link will be there, and ask people to register. And inshallah, if we can, I'm sure we're going to be oversubscribed to 200. We'll try and accommodate more people. However, we've tied up with INX to do the recording. It's not going to be a live program. We will obviously record it, make sure that I mean it's a lot of hours, so I don't want someone to be sitting there just waiting for information. So we'll package it in an excellent production thereafter, which we'll then make available to the people via our website, social media pages, in terms of a concrete video play that somebody can watch thereafter.
Inshallah. Let's wrap up. Any final words to people wanting to attend? The finalists, those people that have possibly signed up, those people that don't make it, what people who have signed up to be part of the Accelerator program and they don't qualify. So what words of encouragement would you share with them as well?
So, Julie, I think all the businesses, when I'll be doing a review later, but I mean, excellent businesses. Unfortunately, from a capacity point of view, we can only to take 40 for this year. But I think each and everyone has a story, has a business. And I think for us, it's about how we can still send these businesses to our consultants, potentially just to call them and assist them with any requirements that they need. But I think for me, the message out there I want to give is, yes, we've got the 40 entrepreneurs that's going to come in, but to our business leaders in the community, to our media houses, to the influential or people that has this, please come out and let's support these entrepreneurs. Let's take some time out. Let's visit the store, talk to them, give them some advice. It doesn't have to come from, say, an Al Baraka team or the organizers. We as a business community in the Gauteng area, let's go out, let's support the initiative. Let's give the team or the people that are taking time out to do a pitch or to showcase their business. Let's hear them out and let's see. Hopefully, we get a success story coming out of it when somebody's invested in a business or they've got some opportunity thereafter. And that's what we need. We need growing small startup businesses to ensure that this country, we can alleviate poverty and we can create jobs in the country. And that's very important from our side, Chile.
Inshallah, I mean, it sounds like a cracker of a
Yeah.
program, and I know it's going to be well attended and it's going to
So,
be awesome. Nasir Seedat, General Manager, Retail and Wealth at Al Baraka Bank, South Africa. Thank you indeed for talking to us, and of course, makes me all the more interested in attending and seeing what it's all about. Go well. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah, Assalamu alaikum, and good morning to everybody. Thank you.
9:34 news and views. Still lots more to come. Let's go for an ad break. And of course, I have something that I like to read out to you, horrific as it might sound, but it's what has happened yesterday in Gaza. We're also going to take a view of a short clip and then we will proceed with the rest of the morning's interviews, inshallah.